So, in my last update on my journey to buy a $10,000 factory sealed Super Mario Bros. Using only money from things I sell from my personal collection as I trim everything down here, we were sitting at a grand total of $4,272 towards the mission. And the major setback that happened, which is now over a month ago, I'm sorry for the lack of updates on that, but the major setback or major news I got is that we were going to be losing our house. We were going to have to move. Landlord was kicking us out. We planned to be out of this place by August. Well, it is now mid-August, and as you can see, I'm still in my normal office, so what happened? How am I still here? Why did I say I was going to be leaving? What the hell, Greg? And I honestly do feel like an idiot now too, because it feels like I was lying or being hyperbolic for the sake of YouTube clicks or something, but I assure you the whole sequence of events is as stupid as it could be. So back in mid-June, this here is the exact text that I received. I'll just put it on the screen, you guys can read it here as I continue talking. And all of those typos you see in there, that is just that personal it gives it that real personal flair when you're being evicted. So myself and my girlfriend, we acknowledge the message. There's a little bit of back and forth about him selling it, whatever. Then June 23rd, we get this message here, literally stating that he is ready to sell the house. So at that point, we were preparing to move. Like, those words are pretty concrete. There's no other way to interpret it, right? We are being kicked out. He's gonna sell the house. So we begin working, house hunting, all this stuff. And July 7th, I get this super casual message here. We were talking about something else, and then he just throws this in there. Like, I'm sorry, what? The fuck do you mean can we hold off for now? I need to know if I have a place to live or not, brother. Like I said, everything was already put into motion. We're going through cabinets, throwing out stuff. We're preparing to move. You can't just come back 2 weeks later and say it was a prank. But the whole story is that he has multiple rental properties and he's gonna try selling some, and maybe he can keep this house, but he won't actually know if he can keep it or not until the beginning of August. So just stay put, you know, don't move out of the house because I really like you guys, but I don't even know if I'm keeping the house. That was the gist of the conversation. So at that point, we absolutely do still think we're moving, given how wishy-washy he's still being about it all. And that's when we also sent a very formal ultimatum text saying, like, okay, we can hang out for a bit here, but like by August 15th, we either need a contract signed or we're leaving. And that's what it was left at for the month of July. We really didn't even hear from him again. So July was a completely dead month for us of just house hunting, going through the house. I had all these plans to get stuff and show you guys and document the process. And once you actually start doing it, like once we were, you know, going through the moving process, it just like, I had no motivation, will, or even time to sit down and plan out how to show you guys going through everything. I just had to go through it and get it done, especially because we were worried that we were going to start having potential people coming through the house. This is what the current office looks like now, as I was trying to box up everything, get stuff out of the way, get stuff out of the house even as we were starting to, like I said, I was worrying about people coming, so everything now is just, let me back up, you can see, it's basically the entire room now. The one good thing from all of this is everything else in the house now is quite clean. But anyways, July completely sucks, then August rolls around. The deadline is August 15th, remember, to have the contract actually signed that we're going to be staying for another year. We have our place picked out that we're going to move to, we've done the logistics, we've talked with the people who are renting it out, like we are set onto where we're going to move. On August 7th, we finally get a text from the landlord saying, okay, I'm going to keep the house. Let's move forward with signing a contract. But also, just tacked on there, it's going to be another $100 a month to rent here, about 75 US. Which, no, it's not good. Like, that's bad. That sucks. But it is a lot cheaper than if we were still to move. We were going to move into something very similar to what we have. So it was going to be about 400 to 500 Canadian more per month. So yeah, staying here is optimal in a lot of ways. It's a lot easier. It's cheaper, but it also really sucks to just like let the landlord screw with us like this, right? Like, yes, daddy landlord, do whatever you want. It sucks, but this is one of those times where you just kind of swallow your pride, you shut up, and take the optimal solution, even if it doesn't feel great. Ideally, in another year or so, we can try and find our own place so we're not dealing with this. We'll do the housing hustle, the hunt for house. I don't know. Maybe next year we'll have a real life thing where I start selling off. I don't even know. Once we get a house, I do think I'll sell off some of my major pieces to do a down payment for the house. Maybe that'll be next year, maybe it'll be the year after that. Not 100% sure, but we can't both keep living like this. But now that I know what's going on for the next year here, it's much easier to go full steam ahead here with Mission Mario. And since last update, I did sell off this massive lot of PlayStation 1 RPGs here. Like this is, I mean, most of the top tier titles are here. This is a fantastic lot of games. I think we agreed to price charts and then minus 20 to 30% for everything, which a lot of these games here are well above average condition. So I think we can both be happy with it. And these games are awesome. I love collecting RPGs. They've always been my jam, but this just stays in line with my goals of trying to trim down more stuff, trying to trim down CIB, loose stuff, especially games like this where, unfortunately, my whole PS1 collection here, all of these amazing titles, they've been sitting in storage for like 5 to 10 years now. And also, some of that crap I threw in the last consignment box there where it was just a mishmash of everything, some of that stuff has started selling on eBay as well. I'm just going to point out this lot of 5 CIB NES games. It netted me $213, sold at auction for $271. And yeah, I mean, Clue Land, Black Box here, Bungalin Bay is a hang tab, but like, not the greatest lot of games, and Clue is absolutely destroyed, so walking away with over 200 on this feels fantastic. And now the grand total for Mission Mario is up to $5,979. That is crazy, you guys. It's like genuinely starting to feel real. Like we're on the cusp of greatness here. That's 60% of the way to the goal. And as I showed you guys here, there is an endless amount of stuff still that I can keep selling. Like I can probably get rid of 50% of those boxes and everything I just showed here in my office. There is an endless amount of juice to still be squeezed out of this collection. So with the total nearing almost $6,000 now, I am at the point where I'm entering the market, is what I'm going to say. I am seriously now looking at copies of Super Mario Bros. And I will be bidding on them. Which brings me to this. A CGC 9.4A+ factory sealed Super Mario Bros. Listed on a super secret auction house. I can't tell you the name or I'd have to delete you. And your family. And I did have full intention of bidding on this, right? 9.4A+, I understand, is probably above the threshold of what I can afford on a $10,000 budget. And, well, as you can see, the current bid is sitting at almost $11,500. The next bid will take it to $12,000. The auction house themselves are saying it's worth $20,000 and above. So I don't even know how much it's going to sell for at this point. But the thing with this copy here and why it doesn't even really excite me to push well above my budget is, look at this top left-hand corner here. Now, I'm not saying that this is extreme damage or this doesn't make it a 9.4. Oh my god, what a bad 9.4. That's not what I'm saying. This probably is in line with it because, you know, everything else is really nice about the Mario. You can see as I go around here. But like, that corner here is kind of considerable. It cracks right through it's, you know what I mean? That's considerable damage there. So if that's what I'm going to get with a 9.4, if I have to go well above budget to make it happen, I'm probably just as happy as a 9.2 or a 9.0 if it's going to come in $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 cheaper. Not every single copy that says 9.4 is going to be made equally, and this isn't one that I really want to pay a large premium for anyway. But thank you to the people who did point this out to me because I would have never seen this. I don't check this auction house ever. How did this even get consigned here? I have no idea. And last thing here, I also saw this message come in from eBay saying that the US is going to start charging duties and customs on any package that enters the country, which I am in Canada. I know most of you guys know that. I'm in Canada here. So if the US is going to start charging border fees on everything from Canada to the US, no one's going to bother buying from Canada because you can just find someone in the US with it. There's way more sellers in the US than Canada as is. So it is now time for me to just load up massive consignment boxes here and get this stuff out before the end of the month because I don't want to have to pay those fees either. Even if I'm sending it to someone for consignment, those fees will still exist. As far as I know, it's just going to be customs and duties on declared value. So unavoidable for anything. It's an absolute joke and I need this tariff stuff to end. As someone international, as someone in Canada, like this is, it's ruining. It's ruining my hobby. The only way I can do this is by using like 6 different people, middlemans in the States, shipping here. This is insane. It's insane. It's awful. All of this tariff custom, it needs to end, man. It's killing me. But that's it for this update. I'm in the same house, full steam ahead here on selling. Mario will be mine. We are closing in on it. I can taste it. Say thank you to every single patron who helps support the channel, as well as the YouTube members. I can't do this without you guys. Hit the like button before you go, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.